Yeah, let's go ahead and sell some stuff really quick.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, I'm selling. You can have this, and this, and this, and this. I need those. You can have this, and... Go ahead. Boop. Okay. And... You can have this, and you can have this, and you can have this, these, and this, and this, and the trading manifest, because why not? And I'll never use this, or this, or this. And I think that's it. Okay, then. Also, while I'm here, I forgot to do something. Okay. Also, while I'm here, where's Shale? Okay, what's that? A large chip spirit crystal. Well, you can also have a small flawed nature crystal. Perfect. And this gemstone, which is for you. Here you go.
Ooh, shiny.
Let me see. Oh, I remember. I want to make sure everyone has at least 25... Okay, I need to talk to you once I'm done. Okay. Morgan, it doesn't matter about you, but apparently you like me enough. Sten, you're a problem. Yeah, I need to give you something. You're good because I know I accidentally started a romance with you, and you're new, so I don't care. So what I need...
Anything I can do for you?
Yeah,
Please,
I need you to
please
shush.
Tell me. I'm sure.
Just. Thank you. Okay, what I need... Alright. So there are a few things in here, like, you know, a fat loot and a stick, that are special gifts that I can give to my companions for free. And they give me plus 50 approval. I am not kidding. Or some of these, like the ugly boots and the Orlesian mask, which give minus 50. In this case, I want 1 sugar cake, because that gives exactly 5 experience. Well, 5 approval. Now what I want to do is give... Oops. I want to give it to someone. I want to give it to Sten. Here, have a sugar cake.
You have my thanks.
Perfect. Now that Sten approves, I need to talk to him and Liliana. Hello.
Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
In a bun?
It's very nice, and it suits you. Simple. Not like the elaborate hairstyles we wore in Orlais. They involved flowers, ribbons, jewels. Well, here, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Elise decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair. The chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels.
Poor birds.
Yes, I don't envy them. She never washed her hair.
Poor
But I was
birds.
trying to say something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me. My mind wanders so. It's just that I feel so comfortable talking to you. Like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
Actually, that's how most people describe me. And I like the way you ramble.
You see? This is what I mean. You're such a pleasure to talk to. I
Aw,
haven't felt this
thank
close
you.
to anyone in a long time. I really enjoy your company.
You're a treasured
Thank
friend.
you. I am honored that you feel that way.
I think I may have accidentally started the romance path with Liliana too.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
I'm hoping. Here it is.
My
Perfect.
mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated, and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais, and did not set foot in Ferelden until much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
Maybe. What happened to her?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Do you remember nothing?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
That's important. Hey.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about
I miss
Orlais?
Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities
Oh my god, this
where
dog.
the people have the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from
I've
the
been
many
there.
windows,
It's not that
quiet
special.
refrains and triumphant choruses.
It's really small.
And always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Is that all?
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many
Oh.
splendors of Orlais. Her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
Like...
Dresses, fine dresses and furs. And shoes, of course.
Oh my god.
One can't mingle with nobility.
You and
without
shoes, I
you see.
swear.
Orlais is very fashionable.
Dog.
Ridiculously so. But the shoes. Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
Let's be feminine. Ooh, I love
When I
shoes.
left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps. Or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Oh, that sounds so lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
At least they keep the cold
They're
out.
sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Pretty feet. Could all this disappear, maybe? Like now? Boop. 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 Okay, there we go. Hello.
Something I can help with?
I'm not done talking.
What's on your mind?
This one.
Where did you
This
hear
is
this?
absolutely what I need. A long time ago.
And you believe everything you hear? Not
Maybe.
all minstrels are spies.
Except I know that
Most are just
you
singers and storytellers.
were.
But some of them are what we call bards.
Like you. And bards are spies?
Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
So you're a spy. What sort of offer?
What do you think?
What sort of services?
They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate. It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite. And in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, They plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
I knew it! You aren't just an innocent sister.
Much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
But why did you... Oh my god, this dog
I
just doesn't shut up.
Found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
Yep. Well, she just shut
Something I
up.
can help with? Yes?
I already have Bard.
What's on your mind?
Apparently nothing. Okay, I hope I did that right. Who's next? You?
Something on your mind?
Has anyone ever told you how handsome you are?
Not unless they were asking me for a favor. Well, there was that one time in Denerim, but those women were not like you.
You mean...
Why? Is this your way of telling me you think I'm handsome?
Yes.
Maybe. It doesn't hurt to have a pretty girl say that, though. Beats being run through with a sword any day. So, is this the part where I get to say the same?
That would be nice.
Oh, well, I'll think about it then. Sometime soon, I'm sure.
I'm gonna slap you.
At your service.
Bye. Hello.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
We already have this agreement.
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe,
Wait, I think the dog has something to say.
Considered one of them. But quite frankly,
No,
the truth
apparently
is
not.
that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
You did well.
Within the crows, I did.
Oh my god, there it is.
It's been something the crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfect.
What are you always
An assassin
barking
simply
at?
specializes in striking from stealth. And in
Is there a
maximizing
mod that I
first
can just
attack to be
install
as
really
lethal
quickly
as
that
possible?
mutes this?
Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up
Even
combat
my dogs
immediately
don't bark
enraging
this
and
much.
Simpler.
And they interrupted like 5 episodes. That sounds useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are
So I just realized.
shrouded
I think I
in
may have
shadows,
accidentally
wrapped in
started a
blanket
romance
of
with
mystery.
Liliana, Zevran,
So
and
let's
Alistair.
between you and me, shall we?
Shoot. Well, I guess all 3 of them are currently interested in me. Let's check actually. Not win. Alistair, interested. Okay, I am in a romance with him. Liliana is warm. Maybe not. Winkles is Winkles. Maybe not with... That would be nice. And you? Oh, shoot. Okay, I have 2. 2 after me. There are 2 after me. That's a start.
What's on your mind?
That
I
spirit.
have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
What about
I
demons?
could sense the demons too. And
You
their
have a
presence
huge
frightened
nose.
me.
Has anyone ever told you
It was
that?
the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
That is creepy.
Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting.
So a spirit was
Somehow
stalking you.
alien.
I feel sorry for
think it is a
you.
spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not.
You're
It
not.
always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You're very lucky.
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them. I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
Okie dokie, that's weird.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets.
Apparently
on
you're
my
like
chin,
80, so...
waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you
Well, thank you.
had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging.
I'll hold you to that.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Aw. There's a reason I like you, Win. Is there anything else I have to say to you?
What's on your mind?
Hi. No. I was thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you? You
This
are
one.
one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders.
Yeah.
It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I don't give up that easily.
And that gives me hope.
Duh. Win. Okay, dog. Will this make you be quiet? Probably not. Hey, I gave you that cake for a reason.
You are not quite as callow as I thought.
Thank you.
That was unexpected.
Thank you. You thought I was
You sound
callow?
surprised. You must have heard this before.
A little.
You'll get over it. Eventually.
Why did I let you out of that cage again?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly
There
foe,
we go.
as you are no doubt
He'll
aware.
finally tell me because I have a high enough approval rating with him. Exactly what
I
happened.
told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad.
And?
It came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
What happened to the rest?
I am told no others survived.
Oh, that's
I don't
lovely.
know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke, I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
And that's the important thing.
I searched for it, and when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
And then?
I killed them with my bare hands.
That's lovely.
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You sound regretful of that. That's terrible.
I know I cannot justify what I have done. My honor is forfeit. That
Yep.
sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day
I know
was
what's
sent
important
into
about
the
this sword, but then
Beresad.
again, I
was
played
to
this game
die
before.
wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath. If I
Search.
knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
What if I searched for it?
Near Lake Callanhad.
Got it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Nope, we're going straight back there once I'm done. And finally, hello,
I
Shale.
see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So,
Thank you.
what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide.
Why
as
do I
it
have
is.
two really girly girls? I mean, between Liliana's shoes and Shale with all these pretty crystals. I think they're so
They
pretty.
are, aren't they? I so adore them.
I just have to
I
girl
think we
out.
should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear,
Oh my
so
gosh.
to speak.
We can make you glitter from ear to ear if you really want to. Oh, what's wrong?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it.
That's...
The most likely outcome is that it and
Could you
its
just imagine you
companions will
talk to
become a
someone and the
stain
first thing
on
they say is,
some rock for the
"Oh."
to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Oh, jeez. Sear stain.
Oh, how adorable. Such hope is sweet to see, if a bit alarming.
Oh,
What's
shoo.
that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons
Yep.
nearby. We should be alert.
Oh, really?
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill the master.
I love you,
and
you're
only for the
great.
master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Oh my gosh, I love you. You're great. Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them.
Well, they
Why?
tend not to have
Has it met
emotions.
other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
According to... According to my slay record, I've slayed 16 golems. Being different isn't
Did
so
I
bad.
say it was bad? Huh. It thinks I hang on its every word, waiting for approval.
Maybe.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
I agree.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions.
You mean
Walk
pee?
underwater, crush the heads of every opponent.
And birds.
The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
I'm not done
I've
talking.
watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
Oh, thank you. That could be good or bad.
Good, of course. It doesn't want to have anything in common with all those other filthy substandard human types, does it? Surely
Not
it
always.
must come from some
But sometimes,
superior
yes.
lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that is
Well, I'm a
decided
Mal.
to elevate its genetic
Mal.
stock above
How do you
its
pronounce my
natural
last name again?
shortcomings.
There's a backhanded compliment in there somewhere.
Nonsense. It can imagine my surprise discovering such a thing was possible from a creature so soft. But there it is. I would appreciate
One
it
day
didn't
you will
spread
stop calling
around
me
that I
it.
said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
Aw, thank you. And we wouldn't want that.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
Oh. Nonsense.
It speaks.
It does.
It doesn't have better things to do.
No, it doesn't.
I like to think of them as accessories.
They must be worth a lot.
Now, keep its soft little hands away from them.
Oh, sorry.
They were bonded with my stone. They're as good as part of me now. I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
You're so girly.
As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
That's stupid.
Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds.
Yep.
All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
I don't want to take advantage,
Why
Shale.
not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures, after all.
Okay.
That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
A few.
Oh, how interesting. Certainly I remember having a master. My memories of what happened to him are vague. Clever and true. Oh, very well. Let me see what I can recall.
Thank you.
My former master enjoyed experimenting upon me. I remember that much. There was tinkering with spells, and then the crystals. He was very eager to alter my function, I think.
This one.
Flattery. And obvious flattery, too. I feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Your
He
sarcasm is
possessed my control
amazing.
rod, and back then, it would have prevented me from doing anything he did not command me to, no matter how I might have wished to. So what happened? I am unsure. He was experimenting, and then
Nothing more.
nothing.
Oh, you didn't rhyme.
And then he was gone. I was standing where I was, in the village, and I could no longer move.
Oh, that's horrible.
Villagers came, poked and prodded me in fear, and then realized they could neither move me nor destroy me. So they simply left me. And in time, I forgot I hadn't stood there all along.
I'm sorry.
In fact, at first, I found it more of a relief.
Oh.
For so many years, I'd had to leap to that little toadstool's every command. Get this, pick up that, put it down, pick it up again.
That sounds
The
annoying.
gall. At first, I'd hoped he'd simply decided to leave me there paralyzed. An acceptable trade-off.
Oh, I know where I killed a bunch
As
of
the years
golems.
passed, I simply stopped caring.
The frickin' Fade.
I think I was ready to move on. Another few years and the moss would have covered my face. And then
And
where
the pigeon
would I
poo.
have been? Whatever the mage did seemed to render the control rod useless, for which I should be thankful, yes? And provided it doesn't decide to copy his experiments, not that I would allow it, it is nothing to fear from me. Much.
Oh, how reassuring. Sounds good.
The things that it fights, and it fights things often, that is a different story. Let us get back to the walking and the fighting. My stone is beginning to itch again.
No. Okay. I'll talk to you later. And back at the camp for the next break.